6.7 wants us to look at the probability that a couple will have a girl among their first 4 children. In order to perform a simulation on this topic, we need to assume that the chances of having a boy or a girl are equally likely events, meaning there's a 50-50 chance since there are 2 outcomes. If the problem doesn't suggest that there is any other probability, then that's an assumption you can make that they're equally likely. The other thing we need to assume is that the gender of a child is independent of the next or the last. So if you have a boy, you don't have a greater chance of having a girl next, or a lesser chance or anything like that. They're completely independent of one another. As we get to assigning our digits here, we're going to use the calculator on this one. I believe the directions tell us to do so. So I'm going to use my random integer function, and I'm arbitrarily picking 0 for boy and 1 for girl. You want to pick digits that are next to each other, or integers rather, that are next to each other. And then when you're typing them into your calculator to simulate the repetitions, you will go from 0 to 1 so that only those 2 digits will show up. So if you decided you wanted to use 1 for a boy and 2 for a girl, that would be fine. But then you would go from 1 to 2 so that you only, again, get those digits to show up in your set of 4. And we have a 4 here because we are talking about the first 4 children that are born. So you're going to go ahead and perform this operation in your calculator. I do want to mention that I need to see on your assessment what it is that you've typed in exactly, and then you don't have to show every single set that comes out there, but you do need to kind of show a table, a tally table of kind of where your successes are, and so forth and so on. If you were to use the random digit table, because the problem didn't specify if you were to use the calculator or the random digit table, then you'd make sure you say what line you start on so I can check your work that way. In any case, I performed this operation on my calculator, and I got 1010 show up in my first set of 4. So my 2 categories are going to be that we have a girl, and my other that we do not. So in this case, we actually had 2 girls, so we fall into the success category. As I continue on, I got my next one to be all boys, so I would get 1 answer in that category. If I perform another, I got 0001, so I did get a girl there. And then I would continue on until I have an appropriate number of repetitions. For your quiz, I'm going to have you do a small number, but as we've discussed in class, if you were actually performing this and wanted to answer a real life question, you'd want to do upwards of 50, 100, even more. When you state your conclusion, you are going to say that there is approximately I don't know why I'm not typing this, a whatever you get % chance, and then you're going to restate the problem, that a couple will have a girl among their first 4 children. Full sentence that restates the problem. And then you're done.